Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, Leana's Corner. If this is your first time here, thank you for popping in to see what I have to show you. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. So today is the 30th of January 2022. I can't believe January has come and gone. And yeah, it's just strange. So if you watch my last cross stitch video, which is this is what this one is going to be about, completely on cross stitch, you would have known I did Brr-ingo with Caroline Zook and Robin Hall in the magazine monthly challenge, and it has finished. It was 25th was the last day of the numbers called, but you still got to the 31st to complete any projects if you missed out. But I was quite lucky because I had school holidays from work, and I was able to cross stitch. I might have been a day or two behind on some, but I was able to catch up because this one you had to do a minimum of 100 hours or 1 hour stitching, so it wasn't much to do, so I was able to keep up with it and I was quite pleased with myself. So what I'm going to show you is a big mess down here, no particular order. I have written it down what I'm going to talk about, and let's get into it. So the first project I want to show you is Keep Calm and Cross Stitch. This came up for 2 challenges. I'll show you what the picture looks like because it was a new start, so I'm doing that one. So the first one was a magazine new start, and it came from this the World of Cross Stitching issue 310, so that's where it came from. And the other one was favourite fabric, and my favourite fabric to stitch on is 28 count. So I don't know what day I stitched these on, but so I stitched on that twice during the month. And also this fabric is like a bluish pinkish, like tie-dye fabric. I'm not sure if you can see it really well. I forgot to show you last month, but that was one of my fabrics I got from Sew It All in Australia. So it came, and it's 28 count. Yeah, of course, swallow. Yeah, so 20 count, 8 count even weave. So my bag is on my box. So the second one I stitched on was Medical Mouse, and it was for a WIPGO Untitled as a gift, and I have already stitched it and given it to my doctor, so I'm going to insert the video of what it looks like here. Okay, so this was Fairy Tales Medical Mouse, and it was number 14, and it was WIPGO Untitled that will be a gift. So I saw this and I thought this would be cute for my doctor, so I started it and completed it because I wanted to give him to him before my next appointment, which is the 27th of January. So he turned out really well. What I did was, in the pattern, as you saw, his top and pants were blue, like his scrubs. But because my doctor's like a GP, he doesn't wear scrubs, so I changed his top to silkies and his pants to silkies. And excuse me, because he wears colourful shirts and stuff, so I'll show you the silky. So everything else I did use was called for, but I use that silky, and it's 4016. And for his pants I use this silky 1070. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is Sampler Diamond. It was number 12 and it's for your favourite floss. I mainly work with DMC, but I also wanted to work with this, and I don't mind silky, so that's what I put this in for. So I stitched, I think, all that there. If I remember, I will try to put before photos, but some of them are going to be I'll try to put the before I worked on, because some of these, like I only worked on this once, but I've done this twice, so there's a couple I've done twice, but if I can I will add photos so you can see. So this is on that silky. It's on Black Ada, I think, 18 count Black Ada, and that's the silky. I'm using 0640, and I'm enjoying how it's turning out so far. Okay. The next one I wrote was Birds and Teacups. So that's, I'll take it out. So that's what the pattern is, and it was called for 17 and 18 was like Rip or New Start with a bird in it, and Rip a New Start was blue. So I did this one. I did the teacups first because they had the blue in it, and then as you can see I haven't quite finished them, but that's where the birds are, so that fitted those two prompts. And that was from like one of those little magazine kits, one of the roll of cross-stitch. Okay, the next one I did was Forever Friends, and I stitched on it twice for number 6 and 22. So that's what it will look like. So number 6 was something that's out of season, so we're currently in summer here, so winter is out of season, and some of them make you go so cold. So this is what I've done so far. So you've got these gloves and then a scarf, so you definitely don't have gloves and scarves on here in Australia in summer. And then there are these little paws, that's the little bear starting to come out there. So that's his, like his shoulders, elbows. If I didn't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm on the floor. I do have a few piles of stuff to show you. So the next one was Pandemic, and I'll show you what it looks like again. This was a free one from Long Dot Sampler ages ago, but you have to pay for it now. And this was for number 2 and number 3, so your oldest whip and your largest whip. So I've been stitching on this for a while, and it is quite large. So I got down here somewhere. But also this was for my WIPGO. I'll put it a bit closer because these are, it's quite out stitched, but they're really light colours. So for WIPGO, which is from Jessie Marie Does Stuff, I put down 1,000 stitches to do in that month, which I have completed. Okay, I just had to charge my camera's battery up, so. Okay, the next one was Relax with Peppa, and I did that for 7 and 23. So one that's Rip or New Start that's in season, and an outdoor activity. So we are in summer, as I said before, so this is Relax with Peppa, and she will be, you can just see here coming, that's the floaty, so the rest down here is going to be like a floaty, so she's on the pool just relaxing. So I thought that's great, especially in summer. You want to be in the water and you do it outside. So I did the brown bit and down the paw, and then like I said, the floaty starting to come in. Okay, so next one was Home Sweet Home, and I stitched on this once. Actually, I stitched on this twice. Once officially for Brr-ingo, but I took these up to Gatton when I went up to see my stepson and his partner and grand and daughter, and I brought all my little ones up, just not knowing what was going to be called, and if I had my little ones I could at least do something. So I stitched on it, but then I when the number got called I stitched on it properly, and that was with a house. And you see down the bottom the little house, and I got Sweet Home. Okay, the next one was I stitched on was We Love Nature, and that was number 10, and it was for your favourite rip. The reason why I showed this is because it didn't fit any other projects, and I do like stitching on it, so, and it's a new one, so I'm enjoying it at the moment. So that's what I got done. I think it was, I started doing this one. So that's what it is so far. And that's on, I think it's, I'm not sure if it's 18 or 20 count, but I think it is 20 count wide. And that's what it will look like when it's finished. And I got that from Happy Mood Point. Okay. I will link down below what I can if you're interested in checking it out. Okay, moving from one side to the other. So this one is ABC of Love. I did stitch on this twice, one in Gatton, because like I said before, I bought my smalls, and then I had done so much and it was so like a little one, I thought I would just continue stitching it. So that's the completed version, and I did it for, it's your favorite holiday, so I did it for Valentine's Day. So you got love there. This is what it looked like, the pattern. As you can see, they have flowers down the bottom, but I didn't really want those flowers, so I just stick to the alphabet, and because I just wanted the love. And I didn't use their colours. I went and got some the silkies out of my collection. So this is 1130, and this is 1299. So I'm not sure how I'm going to FFO it. I did buy some pom-pom trim when I saw it on the shops, and I thought I might use one of those colours and make into a pillow, but when I've done that I will show you what I've done. Okay, so the next one was Ocean's Adventure for number 11, and was an animal, and this has dolphins in it and fish. So I have finished that section. All I have to do is actually back stitch it, and then I can move the whole thing over and stitch that way. So I think I've done about 3/4 of it, so I'm happy with the progress on that one, and I'll be definitely stitching on a couple more times because it's on my WIPGO board. So if I can, I'm going to try to finish it this year. If not this year, very early next year. I've been on it for a while. Okay, so this one is new to my collection. The reason why is because number 20 got caught and you had to whip or new start with sparkles, so beads, fancy floss or specialty stitches. So I had a band sampler and it was basically all CBs, but I didn't like it. It didn't sit right with me. I'm just not sure. So I saw this steel rose on one of the magazines and I printed it out. I'm not sure what magazine it came from, but if I remember I'll add it down. And I liked it and I thought I'll use 30762. I think they changed the number now, but it's like it's silver, but it's that silky thread, so that's fancy for me. So I have started it. Which one is it? I think that's what I've done so far. But I will be doing more on it because for February's WIPGO, I'm not sure what number it is. I think it's number 2 is already called. I'm not sure what number it is, but that is my WIPGO piece for February, so that will be back out next month. Okay, so next one was Hazel's World Giraffe for number 8, and it was a bit of your choice. And this one hadn't fit any prompts that I want to use, so I thought I'll use that so I could stitch on it. So that's the top corner. It is a small heaven and earth design, but still got a long way to go. So I stitched on that. Oh, I'll show you what it looks like for those who haven't seen it. It was a free pattern, but I don't think it's free anymore. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I'm just like up that little corner there. So okay, put him back in his bag. The next one was an Irish blessing. So that's what it's going to look like once it's finished. And that's what I've done with it. So I basically, I think just did that. So nearly there. This the border, as you can imagine, is the hardest, not the hardest, but the longest part to do. So once that's done, the back stitch won't take long. Okay, next one was Animal Antique, and that was number 4, your smallest whip. I know I had little ones like for the magazines, but I not knowing which one I was doing at the time, but I also wanted to do something on him. So that's what he looks like at the moment. I think he's basically completed from all that way down except for back stitching, so I just got to go up. So hopefully he won't take much longer once I put a bit more effort in it. It's basically just got like a flower umbrella to go up the top, and then that one will be finished. Next one was 9 for Disney. You Rip, You Dread. Not that I dread it, is this, if I had to choose, this would not be my first one. So I finished off Tigger. The part I did was the bottom there for the 100 stitches, and because all I had to do was back stitch, I end up back stitching him. The part of his face is not back stitched very well, or exactly like how they had it. Was trying trying to read the pattern with the back stitch was confusing for me personally. But while I got that on, I have decided to cancel the subscription because I'm not really enjoying this one. I do have everything to finish that sampler, so all their pictures and a couple others, but I cancelled recently and I got it, and the ones I paid for, and this I got the freebie, so I thought I'd show you why I had it out. So these are 7 count. I'm not sure the size pattern wise, but how pretty is that? So I'll find something to use it on. Then you got this one. So that's really cool colour too, and that's 7 count as well. And then you got this fabric, so you can use it for backing if you want to, so I'm not quite sure what I'll use it for. So it's the same size of the fabric that you got with it as well. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use that fabric for. Could be something out of the magazine or something completely different, but I'll work that out later. Okay, 3 little words was next. Oh no, here. Oh no, but sorry, wedding sampler. Like I said, they're not in order, but I just written them down in a certain way. So it was 16 flower or tree. This does have a flower, like 2 roses in it. I'll show you the picture again. So you got the alphabet to change the names inside, which I have done, and I did that. So Leana and Ian, it's 12th of May 2007 is the day we got married. So all I gotta do is start the flowers. So I use PC Stitch with the alphabets they gave, and I worked it out on that, and then I centered it on the pattern with the flower, so hopefully I centered it enough to look good when it's actually on it. Okay, so next one was 3 little words. And it was part of a series. So this is the series it comes from, and you can stitch them like individually, or you can stitch them as one big stitch, which is what I am doing. And this was for WIPGO as well for January, and it's 500 stitches, which I did, but also I had to move it down. So I'll just take this top off. So I finished the first one, and then I extended the borders, and now I'm actually on the second one. So that was a combination of WIPGO and Brr-ingo. So that is slowly coming along. Okay, the next one was Beware of the Dog, and that was for number 19, something that reminds you of your childhood. And when I was little, we had a dog, so I thought I'll bring out All Guests Must Be Approved by the Dog, and I just filled in the roof of his kennel. So that's what I did for that one. And I think, what's this? I think it's much 28, I know, 32 count. Not sure if 28 or 32 count even weave. Okay. So the last one for Brr-ingo is Live the Life You Love, and number 5 was words. And I can't really show you but that's the pattern, and I've done that, so I filled in that part there. So they were my projects for 25 days. I'm sitting some, oh, that's better. So that's what I did in Brr-ingo, but I did do some other cross stitching in between. I have an FFO. So I think the last video I showed you that I was doing Buds and Bloom, the pin cushion, that I finished it, but I've actually FFO'd it. So this is my first like pin cushion or bicon. I'm not sure how you say it, but I did it not very well, but it's got the shape of it, so I am happy about that one. And for first attempt, not too bad, I guess. So I did that one. As we know, on 31st of December last year, Betty Wright passed away, and she would have been 100 on the 17th of January. So I wanted to stitch something on that day, but I wasn't quite sure. I was looking at different projects, and Stacy from the 911 Stitcher mentioned that Jukebox Stitchery had this pattern. That's their detail. So there's the details if you're interested, but I will link below. And it was for free pattern, so I thought perfect, that's what I'm going to stitch on. And I did it over, like, it started on the 17th, and I did it for 3 days, and I actually finished it. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So this is on 14 count Monet Ada. I'll put it up. I got it from 123 Stitch like a couple of years ago. So I did use the 310 for it, but I wanted the initials to stand out because it was all like one colour. So I was going to use the black. I'm not quite sure what it's. It was a special black one, but I didn't like it. It didn't look like it was anything special compared to the black. Nothing that stood out, which was what I was hoping. So I changed it for 30676. So it's that gold silky cut thread, and I used that for the names. So I'm just going to find a nice frame for it, because what I done is I found out, like, I've been in it back here, like the names, when they were born and when they passed, and I'm thinking I might put something around the outside, so when people look at, oh, what's that, and you go, okay, you can recognise that's with their names in. Well, that's my plan. So if it works out and looks good, I will show you how it turned out. So on the 26th of January is Australia Day, and I wanted to do something Australian, but I didn't start on the 26th, I started on the 25th at work. Because on the 24th of January it was the official day school kids were supposed to go back to school, but because of COVID and stuff that's happening here in Australia at the moment, our government decided to postpone school dates until the 7th of February, but schools are open as of 24th for those essential worker kids and vulnerable kids, so they could get to school. So instead of being bored in the bus waiting for the kids to come out, I found this project. It was free. I would link it below. I think it's still free. I only got it recently, but I decided I'll stitch that. Something small I can take on the bus. So I started it. I did stuff up one of my little bottle brushes, but I'm not sure. I think I finished all of it, the red, on like Friday. So no, I definitely did the Saturday. I did the little kangaroo. Because 4 times a year the train tracks get closed down for maintenance. So they use buses to get people to and from. And I was driving the buses, so I had a couple hour breaks. Yeah, 2 1-hour breaks, so I decided I'll stitch on him, so I did that. So I'll work on him again during school next week while I'm waiting for my pickups. And I didn't want to use, well, that fancy floss, but they didn't give you any alternate choices if like DMC, so I went and decided I'll use my silkies again. So I'm using 40851, this colour, different greens in it for my kangaroos. That's why it's got a bit of a couple of ties in it. I'm using 1147 as my red. I'm using 0567 for the yellow part, and 1287 for this added green. So I thought they all look good together, so that's what I'm using for that one. And my last project, thank goodness for that. Joanne Jones on her Facebook page, she does freebies every Friday, and this one she's doing a stitch along called Flowers and Bees, and I will link it down below. So far we've got 2 parts. The second part came out like yesterday, but I'm still working on part 1. I'll try to add a photo of what it looks like here and what part 2 is. So that's part 1, half done. There's 10 parts, so I'll catch up eventually, but there's no rush if I don't get to it there. So that's what I've been up to in cross stitching. Next month's video won't be as bad with all those projects showing you. It's only because I did the Brr-ingo. So thank you for those who stuck to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what I have worked on in the month of January, and I will see you next month in February. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.